As you can see, people have turned up in huge numbers outside the first ever Junta-Darbar that we're seeing outside the Delhi Secretariat. Reporters barely have place to stand out there, as you can see on your screens right now. Large number of people. Also, what we're seeing is very heavy security deployment, despite the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party led government is in fact been denouncing security. So really, this is Arvind Kejriwal's move to try and bridge the gap between the Janta and the Neta, like we're calling it. It is the first of the weekly Janta Darbars that will be held in the capital. Remember, this is going to be a weekly practice. Every week on Saturday mornings, Arvind Kejriwal and the cabinet will in fact be available to the citizens who have voted them to power to hear their problems and to try and offer instantaneous solutions. Of course, it remains to be seen whether or not instant solutions to problems can be offered. The practicality of this entire move will of course have to be seen with time. We will come to know how many people are in fact satisfied with the move of the Kejriwal government, but it's definitely not the first of its kind. It's not the last, but it struck a chord with the people. I believe that our editor at Raj, Rahul Kawar, is in fact back with us. Rahul, is Kejriwal also expected to be speaking to the people? Is he going to be addressing the media? Is there any such thing on the cards?
Well, I was just speaking to some of Kejriwal's officials. They're actually a little taken by surprise by the sheer number of people who've come. They were hoping that this exercise would get over by 11 a.m., but that I can guarantee you is not going to happen, because there are lots of people. And now, as people get impatient, it's a very natural human phenomena where people are getting restive, they're getting impatient, they want to come in, they want to be the first ones putting out their petitions before Kejriwal. So we're seeing a lot of that. They'd initially said that they'll allow only 10 people to come in at one time, but now lots of people have been able to break through the barricades and come in front. So this plan not going as per the script laid out by Kejriwal and company, but still some of the people who are over here, they've all got their petitions signed out. They know what their problems are. They want to see if Kejriwal can help solve them. It's really very early into this experiment to say whether or not this is going to work, but that's the attempt that we're seeing being made over here.
I understand that there are a large number of people there, and you perhaps had to wade through the crowds to in fact get to where you are. But did you get an opportunity to speak with some of the people? What are the kind of complaints that people are bringing forth to the Chief Minister and his cabinet?
Well, there are several departments where people believe that there is wrongdoing that's going on. They've got what they claim is evidence to try and sort that out. Somebody wants water, somebody's got an electricity problem. They're very basic problems concerning the lives of the Aam Aadmi. And since this is an Aam Aadmi Party government, a lot of these people are actually voters of AAP. They're all asking about, as I was coming in, they were all discussing and debating and inquiring about the national prospects of their party. This is a bunch of very enthusiastic people. I think the one thing that Kejriwal is being able to do very successfully is keep interest in his movement alive. It's not as if he's now receded behind the thick walls of the Secretariat. He's out on the streets, literally out on the streets, talking to all these people, trying to solve their problems and keeping that hope alive. The hope that brought him into power is being kept alive through attempts such as this.
The model that Kejriwal is working on is a plebiscite model of democracy. We see such participatory democracy in perhaps smaller nations, not in nations as large as ours. The sheer number of people that he's dealing with, how is he planning to strategize in terms of the quantum of grievances that he's going to be receiving?
I don't think they've really thought that through in this fashion yet. But the reality is, I've been here to the Secretariat over several years, and there'd be people who'd be struggling to get in. They'd be spending days on end outside the building, trying to find a way of going through security, trying to meet the concerned officials, never getting an opportunity to meet the minister or the chief minister, and going back very disappointed. So he says, hey, you don't need to try and get into the building to come and meet me. I will come out and I will meet you, and I will stay here till the time I'm able to solve all your problems. And I think that is a game changer of an idea in the way people perceive it. They feel, this is my man, he's going to try and sort out my problem, and they're enthused by the prospect of coming here directly and meeting the Chief Minister. In fact, I don't know if the officials will like it very much, but let me just try and go back and speak to some of these people. I don't want to break the queue too much and cause a problem, but let's see if we can speak to some of these people. आपको लग रहा है कि इस तरीके से प्रॉब्लम्स जो हैं आप लोगों की वो सॉर्ट आउट हो सकती हैं इस तरीके से आगे?
हाँ जी, हमें केजरीवाल से काफी उम्मीदें हैं, हमारी काफी उम्मीदें इनके साथ जुड़ी हुई हैं। हमारी बात सोच रहे हैं जो भी भ्रष्टाचार हो रहा है वो खत्म किया जाए, हम इलाहाबाद से वो खत्म किया जाए। हमारे भैया
आपकी क्या प्रॉब्लम है, आपकी क्या प्रॉब्लम है और आपको लगता है कि इस तरीके से वो प्रॉब्लम सॉर्ट आउट हो?
सर मेरी प्रॉब्लम कुछ नहीं है सर, आपको मैं चैनल में देखता रहता हूँ।
हाँ।
ठीक है,
क्या प्रॉब्लम?
मैं एक बैंक में मैनेजर हूँ।
हाँ।
और यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया में
लेके आए, बताइए।
मुख्यमंत्री से प्रधानमंत्री की और मैंने एक लेख लिखा है।
हाँ।
सर
क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या है आपकी?
मेरी अपनी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
फिर आप यहाँ क्यों आए?
मैं एक आम आदमी आज अपने दिल की बात आप सभी से शेयर करना चाह रहा हूँ कि मैं प्रतिदिन सोने से पहले ईश्वर की आराधना करके उस पर
आपकी प्रॉब्लम क्या है? आप क्यों, तो आप यहाँ क्यों आए?
मैं उनको प्रधानमंत्री से बनने देखना चाहता हूँ।
अच्छा, आप क्यों आए यहाँ पे?
हम तो
अच्छा, आप बताइए। हाँ, आप लोग पुलिस हैं। चलिए, ओके, let's not try and because if the more the media goes over there, the tougher it gets for them to go on with what they're doing. But you saw some people are here out of novelty. आप बताइए, आप क्यों आए हैं यहाँ पे?
जी, मेरी एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या थी। मैंने मकान लिया था किसी तरह से मजबूरी में, मैं एक विधवा औरत हूँ, मुझे मकान नहीं मिल रहा था। अब आम पार्टी में आके और मुझे सिसोदिया जी से मिलके इतना मुझे थोड़ा सा वो तसल्ली मिली है कि अब मुझे जरूर न्याय मिलेगा।
आप आम की सदस्य हैं? आप आम?
मैं आम की सदस्य नहीं, मैं सिर्फ एक आम पब्लिक हूँ। सिर्फ मुझे एक उम्मीद थी कि मुझे ये लोग जरूर इंसाफ दिलाएंगे। मैं एक बहुत ही लाचार औरत हूँ, किसी तरह से
आपकी हो गई बातचीत?
मेरी बातचीत
क्या कहा सिसोदिया ने?
उन्होंने कहा कि हमारी पूरी कोशिश होगी कि हम आपको आपका मकान वापस दिलाएंगे। उसके लिए मैं बहुत ही।
आपको लगता है इस तरीके से सड़क पे आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉर्ट आउट हो?
नहीं, मुझे इसलिए लग रहा है क्योंकि मैं पहले पुलिस में 2-3 बार जा चुकी हूँ, लेकिन जिसने कब्जा कर रखा है वो पेशे से वकील है और वो किसी तरह से भी हमारी सुनवाई नहीं कर रहा था, हमें डरा धमका के भगा देता था। अब मुझे इसलिए उम्मीद है कि इन्होंने हमें कहा कि हम पुलिस कार्रवाई करवा के आपको मकान जरूर दिलवाएंगे, क्योंकि हमने किसी वजह से वो मकान खरीदा।
Okay, so you see, that's a sense of the problems that people say that they've come. They've tried various other ways of trying to get these problems sorted, but they haven't found solutions yet, and therefore they're hoping that by coming out and meeting the ministers, they will be able to solve those problems which have been festering for very long, but which they haven't been able to solve.